Now we're looking at using another type of virtual instrument. We've produced our hip hop beat, so load that back up again. And we're going to look at using a virtual instrument in another way. So this is to create things like bass lines and synth sounds and things like that. So create your new MIDI track, right click and insert MIDI track. I've created one already and I've loaded a synthesizer onto it. The synth I'm using is under the Instruments Analog menu, and we're creating a bass line, so under Bass, and I'm using Deep in Dark. So I've dragged that into the virtual instrument area for the synthesizer, and I've created a MIDI track, okay, or MIDI clip, I should say. So we'll go into the MIDI, the piano roll view. So here we've got a piano roll view. I've expanded it up so I've got plenty of room to see everything. To look at these tabs, I can go back and see the clip launcher and the virtual instruments in this view, and then the piano roll in this view. With this, I have just typed out or inserted notes that just using all the white keys on the piano. So I've kind of come up with a rhythm. It's not a great rhythm, and the notes aren't great choices of notes for a style of hip hop, but it's just a little project, I suppose. So what I want you to do is copy this pattern. Now, a couple of things about copying the pattern is that you need to understand how to insert notes. So we can go get our pen tool and insert notes. And if we click on it again, we can delete. If we want to just use our pointer though, we just need to double click instead of single click, and it will insert the note where we want it. And to delete, double click again. I find this a lot easier to use because then I can do things like click and highlight whole groups of notes and move things around as I want to without having to go back and select the pen tool and deselect the pen tool. So after you've copied this out, you will notice that the notes you're inserting should be all quite short. So there's a couple of things we can do with the piano roll. So first of all, if we click and drag notes, we can slide them up and down in pitch. We can place them across the beat and on different parts of the bar by dragging backwards and forwards. But we can also change the length of the note. So we can change the time that the note is held for. So I can make this first note hold for the full beat, okay, of the full initial beat of the bar. Okay, I can make them shorter, so they're really quite sharp and short sounds, or I can make them really long. You'll notice the notes will tend to snap to the grid lines, which is useful. But you can place notes on and off the grid, okay, with a bit of work and knowing how to do it, okay, just sliding it backwards and forwards carefully. Okay, so that's just a few ways of working with the MIDI notes and changing the length, pitch, and timing. So once you've copied this out, you've got the preset loaded up. It should play along with your hip hop track. I'm going to select the original basic hip hop beat. All right, and there we have, sorry, we need to go back to the right clip. And there we have our bass line. Okay, so really the next step for you is to start exploring sounds, layering up more sounds. So produce a bass line, change it around, move notes, change the rhythm, use your ears, and if it sounds good, hey, it's good. Take time with it and then start layering up new synthesizers. So maybe after producing your bass beat, we might add in some effects, okay, or we can add in some synthesized keys. So, you know, dragging these presets in and away you go with some new sounds. And we can start launching all these clips and playing around with sounds that we're making from scratch. So good luck and have a bit of fun with it.